Hello, everybody. Welcome to Duo Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. I'm one of your hosts, Azteral. As always, I'm joined by fellow host Jordan, aka Slasher.
Hey everybody.
And today, on this glorious Wednesday, we have season 3, episode 12 of The Bad Batch, titled Juggernaut. It doesn't have Vader in it, sadly. But it does have some very, very interesting revelations. Obviously, last episode, Omega was taken by the shadow of Tantis, who I'm fully convinced is Tech now. And yeah, we open to her being delivered to Tantis. Well, back to Tantis, should I say. Big deal. Hemlock's there to personally greet her on his own, which is a stark difference to how he's received other people.
He wanted to make sure she got there safe.
Omega is then taken to Emery, who, as we know, is having something of a crisis of fear because of her experience in the vault with the M-count specimens, aka the children. We then have Hunter, Crosshair, and Wrecker still on Pabu. Yes, I now know the name of the planet. And they are a little confrontational because Crosshair let Omega basically turn herself in. And obviously, as we know, last episode he missed the tracking beacon. Luckily, Fee is there, and also the Doctor robot from Camino, and they come up with a plan. They're going to go and rescue Admiral Rampart, who you'll remember from season 1 of The Bad Batch. He was the gentleman that leveled to Poker City, aka the home of the clones. So they're going to a prison colony.
And then obviously he got arrested for doing that. He got caught out.
So they're going to a prison colony to basically get the location of Tantis out of him, which does involve doing a bit of shenanigans to actually get on the planet. They have to cut the engines and all the systems to the ship they're in order to sneak past.
Should have had a little fucking reaction to that. He just went, surely they're not gonna turn off the ship.
Yeah, but they did. And then they track Rampart down, who is not having the greatest of times. We get a nice little sequence where they board the tank, which I believe is the thing called a something Juggernaut. And then they free Rampart. Rampart is a dick, as always. And the Imperials are competent for once. They notice that the transport is making an unscheduled stop, which is releasing all the other prisoners, and they go into action mode. There's another tank that they manage to take down by shooting the wheels out because they realize the armor's too thick. Then the gunships arrive, they destroy the turrets on top of the tank, and yeah, then the cavalry arrives and they disembark the ship after the controls are shut out, and they board the ship. I don't know if her ship has a name.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if we've heard the ship's name. But then Rampart reveals that he doesn't actually know the coordinates to Tantis because no one knows because it was designed that way. But he thinks he has a way around that. We cut back to Omega and Emery. It confirms that she does have a successful M-count replication. So Hemlock takes her to the one place that we all dread, the vault. He also gives us a bit of nugget of wisdom that a person's M-count can't be replicated. It always degrades. And then we end with Omega being introduced to her new home, which is the very white room inside the vault housing the 3 M-count specimens. 4 M-count specimens, actually, because there's that little cub thing that got kidnapped by Cad Bane. But we didn't see that one. And yeah,
true.
That is probably episode 12, Juggernaut. So yeah, we are now 3 episodes away from the end. We have episode 13, Into the Breach, episode 14, Flash Strike, and episode 15, The Cavalry Has Arrived, which is Wrecker's catchphrase. Which I don't wanna sprinkle scary thoughts, but he could die. Wrecker could be the one to pay the price to free Omega. And they sort of teased it in this episode when he nearly fell off the edge of the cliff with the thing. But yeah, what did you think of the episode, Jordan?
I thought it was really good. Definitely a lot of stuff to unpack from it, but like, I think it looks great. I want to see what they do with it, to be fair. It's just not much to talk about with this episode, really. I can't think of much to say.
It's a weird one because obviously last time we had the Empire attacking Babu, we got all the dark dealings and stuff. We got a Sarge Ventress, all that sort of stuff. This time we sort of had Rampart coming back was cool. I didn't see that coming. Hemlock talking about the projects was pretty cool, but there wasn't really much in the way of build up from the previous stuff. It doesn't feel like Omega's in danger like she did at the start. Like right at the start when she was first on Tantis, when she wasn't when she was like alone and Crosshair was there, it didn't feel like she was in danger. Now she's basically walking around in her own clothes, being treated like fucking royalty. So it will be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, next episode is titled Into the Breach. No idea what that could be. That could be an assault on Tantis. That could be figuring out a plan. That could be a reuniting with old friends like Rex, Echo, maybe Commander Wolf.
That's if they can get him out of the whole.
Because Wolf is one of the characters with
Rex.
Rex on the Ice Planet in Rebels. It's him, Wolf, and Gregor. And we know that Gregor is alive and he is with the other clones because we saw him in one of the previous episodes.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say that this episode is probably a 6 out of 10.
I'm going to agree. Nothing really happened much in the way of story-wise. I feel like this was like build up to find out where Tantus is.
The finale, which is getting ever closer. And obviously this show will end May the 1st, which then leaves 3 whole days to mull over the ending before we get 6 shorts for Tales of the Empire.
That'll be fun.
Which will be interesting. But yeah, anything else?
No, basically said it all.
Well, that has been our review, reaction, and thoughts on episode 12 of season 3 of The Bad Batch, the final season, titled Juggernaut. I have been one of your hosts, Azteral.
With your host, Slasher.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to all the garbage YouTube ass shoots do. We'll see you next week. But for now, may the Force be with you always.
May the Force be with you always.
We forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
It's over, Anakin!